Hello, it's Deborah Detter back again. Um, I wanted to come on today and share with you my first little golden book journal that I put together. It's called Grumpy Cat. It's not one of the vintage books. In fact, I think the copyright on this is 2016. I just thought it was super cute and it would be a fun way to make one of these, try it out, since this is new for me, and see how it goes without, ruining a vintage little golden book, just so I could see what it was all about. The first thing you might notice is it's a little thick. I put a lot of stuff in it, so um, part of the problem, I think, is because it's the first time, too, I've used my Zutter Bind-It-All. And so, this was there's a learning curve for everything. For me, I know now, I have an idea of what I can put in these with this size, spiral. And will be more prepared to make it a not quite as thick next time. But I'll show you some things that you can do with this to decrease that bulk if, you want to. So, because, yeah, it's going to grow some when you start putting your own ephemera, pictures, photos, journaling, art, whatever embellishments you might want to put inside. So let's take a look at Grumpy Cat. I left the front cover blank, well, with the exception of adding some pink velvety trim. The first page is wallpaper, the base, and there's an envelope on the other side, and I just use that to create a tuck spot and just have a little tag. Here's the envelope. I stamped little town on there, little wonky town, and inside the envelope I have some old book pages and music paper that are cut-offs from other pieces I used in the book, or to make the book. I don't think I'm going to pull all of the envelope stuff, contents out. Yeah, because that'll take so long. This page has a journaling card. I sewed some trim across the top and just sewed around. And it's backed on scrapbook paper that's black and gray polka dot and just plain on the back. And it's attached with a little embellished paper clip with a little tassel. The next side is a little tiny pocket. I just folded that up to make a pocket, and two tags. This one is plain on the back, and the larger one has music paper and some washi embellishment, and embellished with a little ticket. Two journaling spots, and they're embellished with trim and little flowers. This music pocket page, I added some trim, pom-pom trim, so that adds to the thickness too of the book. And I made this tag, and I didn't attach the kitten, like glue it, permanently, in case, you may not want the, kitty on there. So I decided I'd leave it up to whoever purchased the journal. If you want to add her on, you can. It's got gray polka dots on the back. And another page you can use to journal on, or use to do some secret journaling underneath, and have, a photo or something on top on the ledger paper. This is a pharmacy sheet from a hospital, I guess like a bill type form. I just left it, it's kind of long or wide, and I just left it that width and made it into a flip fold. Added a little tab. This is parchment paper, and I made a corner tuck spot with a play-in card, vintage. Added yellow stickles to the eyes. Thought that was kind of cute. And some, what are these called? Project life cards in that pocket or tuck spot. I embellished the back with some wide gold, kind of like flecked wallpaper almost, washi tape. This is one of my favorite pages in the book. It is a pocket. It has scrapbook paper on one side and blue vellum on the other. And this is the card that's inside. It's grid paper. And on the other side, these really pretty bright polka dots. And I used a coin envelope or a coin wrapper for the tab. Added some pieces of pink gingham, to embellish the top and bottom of the pocket. This is a page from a vintage 1966 wall calendar. I got a little batch of those. I found them on eBay for a really good price. That was, I thought, a pretty lucky find. They're really cute. I like the different colors in there instead of just being numbers. It has little, drawings on special days, little illustrations. This page is a pocket, and all added to this one was, it's just a page from another Grumpy Cat book. I think like the original Grumpy Cat. So I pulled that out. I thought that was cute. What's making me grumpy? And it has, an image on both sides, so you could, choose to use either one. Pocket. And it has music paper, looks like the parchment, grid paper, ledger paper cutoffs. And I love this paper clip. It's large. Big paper clip and some cute ribbon at the top. A July 1966 calendar page from that same calendar. This page is a belly band, and I attached it with the paper clip just to make sure it stayed during shipping. And to it I attached this note card, blank on the inside. I just thought the colors were cute with all the different colors in this journal. You just slide that right back in. And I embellished the side of the page with a little bird button and a piece of fabric, little fabric circle. And this side of the page has a butterfly button attached. Grid paper with pink glitter washi and polka dot washi. I made a tuck spot. Let me pull this card out of, it's almost like an extra wide, whoops, you can't see, recipe card. I covered the back in the same polka dot paper and just folded it so you have a tuck spot on this side. And I added this card, it's from a pack I've got. It's kind of large. It says nap on. You have permission. Cats love to nap. So I thought that was sweet, cute on that, for that. So on this side, that file or index file card, turns into a flap. And I just paper clipped a little project life card onto the front. Then there is ledger paper with a flap that you can journal, or add whatever you want on this, embellished with some torn music, vintage music paper, and a little flower sewn on. And this page, I love this color. It's almost, I guess, periwinkle color. But I took I think it was a baby shower. Yes, baby boy shower invitations that I found at a thrift shop, and used it. It was already cut, into this shape, so I just covered both sides. Used some scrapbook paper here, and this was this gridded paper is from a notepad, and I just trimmed it up and sewed around the border and added some trim. Turn it this way. And on the back of that page, we have a corner tuck with the companion card to the kitty cat earlier. It's the owl, and I also did the yellow glitter stickles on the eyes, and just tucked in a little sentiment card or inspirational card. Be happy. Has to and from on the back, but you could certainly journal on that if you wanted to do so. This is a different type of ledger paper. It's like a thin cardstock, so it's more than copy paper or something like that. It's a little more than some scrapbook papers even. Yeah, thin cardstock. And I just embellished it with some washi. I like to do this, or like I added the tab. Let me see if I can find that on this page. Whenever I have a page that flips out or does something, I like to add some kind of element that, you know, kind of gives you a little hint that there's something there to do. And this page has a pocket, little slip in with vintage playing card, little kitty cat. And in this pocket, I put some Monopoly money on there and made a card for you to journal on, just with some pretty pink line paper, and added some trim to the top and the yellow stickles around the edge. Give it some bling. And we have another one of these journal pages, and added a little butterfly patch at the top, and just put some washi on here. And this music pocket also has the pom-poms along with some of the washi trim, and it has a large Project Life card inside and a time card. On the back of this ledger, I just added a piece of scrapbook paper, square cut out for a corner tuck, and embellished with some vintage fabric and some fabric. I don't know, that may or may not be vintage. I've had it for quite a while. I'm getting close to being vintage myself. So. And added a large Project Life card in that. I don't know what you call this. It just says Weekly Time Record. And it is a trifold, and I thought it was just really cool. You could put pictures, you know, inside, journal inside, you know, have a little almost secret spot there. And then I left it open so you'd have a corner tuck. So I added another inspirational piece of paper there. Pretty little paper. And on this page, I made a pocket or set of pockets out of a flowered gift bag, and added some trim, velvety trim, and some of the seam binding, and put this little paper in. Yeah. And this guest check, I wish I had more of these. I think I got it in you know, a pack from somebody I had purchased ephemera from. But these are nice. They're not flimsy like the ones that I bought. You know, I have a whole pack of. These are almost like a cardstock, and just very, they've got some substance to them. Be nice to work with. And this is the back of a piece of scrapbook paper that was, you know, plain. So I stamped the paw prints and kitties on there. There's that piece I used for a corner tuck earlier. Another calendar page from the 66 calendar, May. Okay, this is where the majority of the bulk is coming from in the book. I made this envelope, and this one was a little more plain. Well, I mean, it's got design on it, but you know what I mean. It's it just, I felt like it needed something. And I'm cleaning up my room. I'm working on doing, a cleanup and revamping my craft room right now. And I came across this embellishment, and I got this either from Gina at the Rib Bookery or from um, Selena. And it just screamed, hollered out to me, I need to go on the flap of that envelope. I mean, perfectly shaped for it. So I put it on, not thinking about what the three-dimensional shape, the way these roses are made would do to the thickness of the book. So my solution for this is, if you rather not have your book that thick, from the get-go, you could absolutely pull this out carefully, or cut, very carefully cut that out, and then just close up the bottom of the envelope after, once you've pulled it out. Use some washi or glue, or, whatever you'd like to use to seal up the bottom of the envelope. And, you could stick it in the back or in one of the tuck spots, or use it in something else, or cut it up as, to use in the book to embellish other, things that you're putting in. So in here I have the polka dot paper cuts, more ledger paper. Yeah. So I tried to give you a little bit of everything. Any scraps, cut-offs I had, I put in these envelopes. There's some of the blue vellum too, a couple of pieces of that. Okay, here's an August. See how bulky that is? Bunched up. You know what I mean. An August page from the 66 calendar. Scrapbook paper, and this is a border stamp by Diane Reevely. Just trimmed this grid with the pink glitter washi. Can you tell I really like it? Parchment paper, and I put, this time I did the lined paper, just, flap up, and added a butterfly patch down at the bottom. Sewed that on. Thought that was super cute. And here's my favorite patch of all. When I found this patch, I got it in like a grab bag at a thrift store. It had just a bunch of sewing embellishments and, thread and thimbles and patches, a few different things in it. But I didn't really look through it till I got home. And when I found that, I thought, well, what in the world am I going to do with this patch? And then this book came along, and it was perfect. So I made them, I just attached them around this area, made them a tuck spot, and put these two little kitty cat cards. They're vintage playing cards inside. Added some scallop trim. It's velvety, just like the kitties. They feel so good. Ledger paper, music paper, and then this pocket page I embellished with some fabric flowers and little bling. I took some kid cards. They were just number cards, and added a little fabric tab, and made you a little notebook, a little journal, mini journal, out of the cut-offs from some of these other papers. Thought that was super fun. Cute. And the yes, this is the last inspirational card. In a perfect world, every cat would have a home, and every home would have a cat. Thought that was sweet. And for this book, just added it on with a little pink bow paper clip, and added trim up here with the pink bow. This is the last page. It's the other piece of wallpaper, just like at the front. But on this one, I added one of those wide index, like filing index cards, and just made it a flip or a tip-in. I don't know what the right term is, but anyway, taped it on with the pink glitter washi and reinforced it on the outside with the same. So, you can, great spot for journaling. And this wallpaper is great for taking, all kinds of media. So, nice spot there. My favorite thing about this book is this very back cover. I got this piece of fabric, I think from Gina at the Rebookery, in one of the kits I ordered from her a while back. And I've been hoarding it and wondering, you know, really what I wanted to put it on. It's just so cute, pretty. I was going to save it for a garden journal, but for some reason it just, I don't know, it popped in my head, went and got it, and lo and behold, it fit perfectly. Didn't have to trim it, nothing. Perfect fit. So I added some pink and orange trim up at, so that on the top, put the pink velvety trim here, just to neaten that up a little bit. And in the pocket, you've got, it's a Borden's company, you know, the dairy company, a checklist, and a few more Project Life cards. Do what you love to do, just be you, think happy, and gold metallic and white stripe. Okay, so, like I said, this is my first little golden book venture. I'm pleased with it, but it is so thick. So this has been a good learning lesson for me. I know not to put quite so many things in it. You know, once you start putting it together, I'm terrible about that. I just put and put and put and put more and more and more. And then I don't want to take anything out because I've already got it in my head that it's going in the book. So, you know, feel free to tear pages out, you know, use them as ephemera, you know, to embellish, accent the things that you want to put in the book. Anyway, I really like it. I think it came out nice. I'm proud of it. And I want to make some more. I've got several more books I've got in mind, and but anyway, if you want to check this out, it'll be in my Etsy shop. And my Etsy shop, I still haven't figured out yet how to put the link in the description box. So I'll tell you, it's the Beaufort Belle. It's everything's lowercase but capital B's, so it's THE, capital B EAUFORT, capital BELLE. The Beaufort Belle on Etsy. And come by and, you know, have a look around. I've got several more journals actually that are already ready to go in there. I might have them in by the time I put this video up, hopefully. I've got a couple for Christmas that are ready. I've got one I'm working on right at this time. And but anyway, come by and browse and think about Christmas gifts, or, you know, gifts for any occasion. And, you know, there might be something there that you just absolutely love. I know this book would love a good home to go to, because my home is full. So, yeah, please stop by, take a look at the Beaufort Belle, and thank you for watching the video. And please subscribe, and a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.